I really do feel bad about the person. Part of the reason that I did come and say something outside of just to protect my own safety, but I wanted to sound the alarm, essentially bring the dog whistle. If you were to that person, then maybe they should do something about this before it came out. If I was them, I would do something about this. And the only way to do anything is to do the catch. That's the only way to ensure that it doesn't come out. No, we're taught that God helps those who helps themselves. So if we have a situation where that person does have the opportunity to purchase the video, if I were them, I would absolutely purchase the video.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's #1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the White Party.
Generous of you. Cheers to that. At why no, this guy right here is your big fan from the bad boy era. You and Mace like are his heroes, okay? It's like every party we do, anything we do is like put on Puffy and Ma put on Puff, so you're gonna have to do one of those joints, okay? So which song you want to hear? Aeon and Problems, anything with Ma in it, anything with Give Me Your Top to Maze and Problem. We go mong know this, the internet has gone wild after new footage from one of Diddy's white parties resurfaced, featuring none other than Jennifer Lopez, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kim Kardashian. But with Diddy now facing serious charges, including human trafficking, the reappearance of these party floods has sent the internet into a frenzy, sparking fresh speculation about what really went down at these gatherings. So what exactly happened at these star-studded events? Well, for many years sources have talked about Diddy's parties, but the footage that has now come to light adds a new layer of controversy, with names like Jennifer Lopez and DiCaprio spotted in the pictures. People are questioning just how involved the celebrities were and if they had any idea of what allegedly happened behind closed doors. While some folks argue they were just normal attendees, others are pointing out that these resurfaced clips come at a time when Diddy's legal issues are making headlines, bringing a darker past of these once celebrated parties. Liquid cocaine was also something that he is accused of, and immediately you're like, damn it, the rich people got liquid. Oh, I've been down here sniffing like a peasant and they're drinking liquid exactly now. With that though, that explains the erratic behavior of like how can somebody become such a deviant? And if you say okay, well, he's doing every single day, you're like, well, that explains to how right, because then you lose your mind. You're a crackhead with you got and you're coked out and you're like, yeah, do I want to watch people for 6 hours? That's something only somebody super high on coke want to do. No one is sober wants to watch someone have 6 hours. Give me a break, 15 minutes and I'm done, son. Now put the game back on the names that are dropping to like Rick Ross and DJ KHED and Meek Mill. And from the beginning there's only one person I've always wanted to hear from, who Joe the surfacing of these pictures couldn't have come at a worse time for Diddy, as he battles accusations of running what's been described as these events where big-name guests allegedly took part in outrageous and illegal activities. This footage is intensifying public as CR celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, and Ashton Kutcher have already distanced themselves from Diddy, with sources close to the actor stating they haven't been in touch with him for years. But these pictures show a slice of Hollywood history that's both glamorous and unsettling, set against the backdrop of Diddy's East Hampton mansion. The footage takes us back to the late 90s and early 2000s, a time when his white parties were the ultimate destination for A-list celebrities. But what really grabbed people's attention were the intimate behind-the-scenes moments that hinted at the excesses of the time. DiCaprio, in his typical laid-back style, is seen with a drink in hand mingling with the crowd. Then there's Joe, dressed to the nines as always by Diddy's side, further sparking the old talks about them. As for Kim, she appears much younger. Social media has latched onto these specific images, with fans posting screenshots and zoomed in clips of the stars in these unguarded moments. The footage, timestamped from the late 90s to the early 2000s, captures the height of Diddy's white parties, a period when he was at the top of his game. The kids have like an hour lap, so get extra comfortable. But this thing turns into something that when you get older you don't want come to. Did he ask you in any way when you say I don't know the exact definition but he put his arm around me in an uncomfortable way in the late 90s and early 2000s. Diddy's white parties were nothing short of legendary. These exclusive events became a symbol of success and luxury, with only the most famous and influential figures in Hollywood music and fashion earning an invitation, and were required to dress in all white, adding an air of sophistication and exclusivity to the gatherings. These parties weren't just social events, they were spectacles that showcased Diddy's power and influence at the time. He wasn't just a hip-hop mogul. He was a cultural trendsetter, throwing parties that everyone wanted to be a part of. But as the images have resurfaced, a darker story has begun to unfold over the years. Sources have talked out about what really happened behind the scenes at these glamorous parties, while the front-facing view was all about celebration and networking. Insiders have since revealed that these parties were not innocent. There have been reports of rampant substance use, wild performances, and even secret. According to multiple insiders, these incidents were after-hours events where the parties took a disturbing turn. Attendees would engage in highly illegal activities fueled by the free-flowing alcohol and substances available at the parties. Allegations of misconduct, including non-consensual encounters, have resurfaced alongside the pictures, suggesting that what went on behind closed doors was far darker than anyone realized at the time. New details and witness accounts have emerged, painting a more bad picture of these gatherings. Some people claim that Diddy's white parties were not just about celebrity excess but were used as a cover for his wrongdoings, while Diddy's team has continuously denied these claims. The resurfacing of these images has reignited interest in what truly went down at these events, and raised questions about the role of the attendees' universe. And the universe loves me, I God, and God loves me, I love you, Jennifer. I really love you. Jennifer Lopez's presence at these parties has been a hot topic, especially given her complicated history with Diddy back in the early 2000s. They were one of Hollywood's hottest couples. Their relationship was highly publicized, and Lopez was often seen at his side during his infamous events. Now with Diddy's current legal troubles coming to light, some fans are questioning her involvement in these parties and whether she might have been more aware of the atmosphere. Was Jennifer simply there to support her ex-boyfriend, unaware of the darker side of these gatherings? Or did she turn a blind eye to what was happening? Well, she has managed to distance herself from Diddy scandals over the years, but this resurfaced image could potentially spark fresh conversations. Some folks are now reevaluating her role, wondering if she knew more than she's ever publicly admitted. If these accusations gain traction, it could cast a shadow over her image as a multi-talented singer and actress. Lopez has made a successful career out of being a hardworking performer, and her past with Diddy has rarely been a point of controversy in recent years. However, with the resurfacing of these images, people are beginning to wonder if this association could harm her brand. Although she hasn't been directly linked to any of the serious allegations against Diddy, her presence at these notorious parties raises questions now. As for Leonardo DiCaprio, his appearance in the resurfaced footage has also caught the attention of fans. DiCaprio is seen casually enjoying himself in the company of other celebrities, while his team has been quick to point out that he hasn't been in contact with Diddy for years. The images showing him in the middle of these parties has sparked new questions about his role at these events. DiCaprio has always maintained a certain mystique, often staying out of the bad side of Hollywood, but his presence at these parties has left people wondering if there's more to the story. Some are speculating that while he might not have been directly involved in any wrongdoing, his regular attendance at these parties might reveal that he was more familiar with the wider aspects than he's willing to admit. Meanwhile, other celebrity attendees in the footage, such as Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton, are also facing massive scrutiny. Both were regulars at Diddy's events and were heavily involved in the Hollywood party scene. Kim in particular has built an empire off her early exposure to these social circles, but with these images resurfacing, some folks are questioning whether her rise to fame might have some connections to the more controversial side of Diddy's parties.